it is. It's your folk Marquise, man. And welcome to another live stream. Man. Woo! It's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing. Sometimes it be weird. Y'all already know trying to get this sunlight angle. Instead of me riding around looking for a perfect spot, so to speak. I just said, let me park and get to it, man. Hope y'all like the shirt, man. Y'all like the shirt? Think different, live different. Gotta turn this way, gotta turn that way. There you go. Bam. Think different, live different. Any questions? Yeah, man. So, as you can see, the title of today's video is Prisoner in Your Own Mind. Are you a prisoner in your own mind? And one of the ways that we can be prisoners in our own minds is due to our beliefs. This your first time tapping in. I am your folk Marquise, serial published author, youth empowerment speaker, book writing coach, ghostwriter, things of that nature. It's one of my books, Overstanding the Comfort. One of my books, Plan Maturity for Teens, the book adults wish they had when they were your age. And I also wrote Overstanding, a comprehensive look at gangster rap, its subgenres, their effects on our generation. So, yeah, it's funny. You see the car. I'm downtown today, man. I'm downtown in the D. You feel me? Well, not Detroit, but Dallas. And, yeah. So, see some cars behind people moving. But yeah, man, prisoner in your own mind. Are you a prisoner in your own mind? I was thinking about something that I had wrote in the book. Again, the book is called Plan Maturity for Teens, the book adults wish they had when they were your age. They always say, man, you can go back in time and talk to your younger self. What would you tell yourself? What would you like to know? So I literally wrote a book about it, man. I literally wrote a book on it. And I just considered so many of the different things that I wish I knew when I was young, coming up. A lot of the stuff that I've learned over the last decade, you know what I'm saying, over the last 12 years. And it's been some major insights that I wanted to share in this book. So, a little bit about myself. Husband, father, U.S. Army combat vet, serial published author. I wrote 3 books, 3 paperbacks, several ebooks. Ghost wrote 3 books. Spoken to thousands of people over the years from the stage as an empowerment speaker. Done ministry for many years as well. Was on the radio. Was a radio host for a year back home in Richmond, Virginia. Been on many different podcasts, several news interviews, even a documentary on Netflix. I just live life on purpose. And that's why I believe so strongly in what it is that I do. Because, in my opinion, from what I've experienced, a lot of people out here lost, just walking around, just existing. You know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of people get on here trolling. And they might be successful in their life and the things that they're doing and all that type of, But I know a lot of people have no idea what they're doing. They just existing. You know what I'm saying? Haven't done anything, haven't accomplished anything worthwhile. They just running their mouth, and they just get on platforms like this because they can, because there's no real boundaries or limitations or barriers to entry when it comes to these devices in this digital world that we're living in. So when it comes to these trolls and these folks, I learned, truly to just look past that. You understand what I'm saying? What's up, Quinn, Carlos? Appreciate y'all tapping in. So by the grace of God, truly by the grace of God, I was able to impact so many people. I literally just met a woman just now, and she just bought my book for her son because she see that I'm an author. I got a book. Yet again, another troll. Anyway, I just met a woman, and she just bought my book. We just sat there, had a conversation. We was chopping it up. And she just liked the things that I was saying. You know what I'm saying? She liked the things that I was saying. And she found out that I'm a published author. I wrote a couple books. And she said, ooh, I want to get one for my son. And she bought one right there, right there on the spot. And that really blessed me. It blessed me because it goes to show that no matter what it is that you go through in life and the things that you go through in life, you can use the power of your story, the power of your testimony, you understand what I'm saying, to impact another person. So when it comes to being a prisoner in your own mind, a prisoner is a person that's not free, that's not able to move around freely. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the ways that people can be prisoners in their own mind is through their beliefs. So again, this is my book, Plan Maturity for Teens, the book adults wish they had when they were your age, yours truly, Marquise Trent. And then on page 34, I talked about mindset. And I talked about beliefs. All right. So the second part of the beliefs I talk about, where do they come from? And I wanted to read this briefly and break it down a little bit and just chop it up with y'all. Where do beliefs come from? Beliefs come from many different places. The first place is your family. Your family. Of course, you can't help who you're born to. When you're born, who are the first people around you? Everybody comes from different places. Everybody has different situations when it comes to this. Some people come from two-parent homes. Some people know both parents, but they're either divorced or were never married to begin with. Some people don't know their fathers. Some don't know their mothers. Some people's parents are no longer living. We all have our own situation, and none of those situations make anybody any better than the other. However, there are some differences that people can experience by having two parents in the household. Now, that's a for sure. You understand what I'm saying? Myself personally, my parents were divorced. I do know my dad. He ain't no deadbeat. Ain't never met. I do know my dad. And of course, I know my mom. Well, I can't say of course, but I know my dad. I know my mom. They were separated, when I came up. But, that led to the reality of me doing a lot of the stuff that I did do. I'm a parent present in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I see the difference. One of my older boys, the oldest boy came to me recently and was like, Dad, things could really be different. You know what I'm saying? Things really could be different. When he was referring to generally the fact that I'm there. I'm a present father. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to get out there, wild out, be thugging and ripping and running the streets and all that. Because we know, statistically, single-parent homes, specifically mothers, single-parent young people raised in single-parent homes usually tend to be more promiscuous, dropouts, going to prison and all that type of stuff. So that also would kind of lend to a situation where you would think people would try to stay together more, but again, being prisoners in their own mind, it's easy to be caught up in your own pain, your own feelings, your own selfishness and things of that nature. And I ain't judge anybody, and that's not just a black and white, that's many shades of gray. That's a whole nother topic that I'm not looking to have right now. However, I'll say this, as you keep reading, you will see that you can overcome any obstacle that you face and become much stronger. That is my goal. I'm going to keep it real with you. Even though you're a young person, I want you to have the tools that you need for real life. This is not Candyland. Life is not Candyland. But life can be a wonderful thing if we make it that way. So that's one of the keys. You heard what I said? Life ain't Candyland. Life is real. But life can be a beautiful thing if we make it that way. So many people are prisoners in their own mind because of the beliefs that they have. By the grace of God, truly, and I really believe it was because of my calling more times than not. So I truly attribute everything that I am to God. When I say God, I mean the Father God, Lord Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit. That's my belief system. But although I have been a follower in my life, you got to be a good follower in order to be a good leader. Although I have followed, although I did get in with the wrong crowds and do this and do it and do that, more than not, largely, I've always been a person that go against the grain. I've always been a person that go against the grain. That's just how I am. That's just how I've been. I go against the grain. I do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? And I, again, believe that's because of my purpose and my calling. I'm called to be a disruptor. I'm called to challenge the status quo. I'm called to challenge, the systems that's out here for a bigger purpose. Now, keep it a whole band with you. It ain't always comfortable, especially when you're challenging systems and structures that have been built and developed to keep people as prisoners. You know what I'm saying? I had to say that because I don't want anything to jump into your mind for you to say this is not for you because of this or that. No, this book is for you, period. As I was saying, many of your beliefs come from family. What do they believe about money? What do they believe about life, about school, about clothes, about business, about politics, about anything? What do they believe? Our beliefs are shaped by our family. Our beliefs are also shaped by teachers, friends, TV, social media, and our own experiences in life. It is very important to know what you believe, especially at a young age. When you know what you believe at this age, if you want a different outcome for your life, you can begin to change your beliefs now. If you believe that you're not good at math, you won't be. If you believe that you can't make the football team, you can't. The list goes on. So, as I get older, as I've grown and have desire to want better things in life, I had to look at my own beliefs and say, man, is that true? Is that real? Is this the real situation? Like, so many of my former beliefs have been shattered over the years just by my desire to constantly grow as a person, my desire to move forward, like never lay down, never stay down, none of that. My dad told me something a few years back, several years back, and it really, really, really blessed me. He said, son, I'm so proud of you because at the end of the day, you don't let nothing stop you from going for your dream, going for your goal. Nothing. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I've accomplished many things. Many different things. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mahmoud Khan? So everything is relative. And when you realize that the more you compare yourself to somebody else, you do nothing but cause yourself more pain, more trauma, more prisonerhood. Because one thing that I've learned for sure, you don't know what people do to get their money. So while you might be comparing yourself to somebody else, like bro got more money than me, sis got more money than me, woo, woo, woo. One thing I know for me, myself, as a practicing Christian, as a true believer in Christ that desires to please God and walk upright, no, I don't always get it right. No, I'm not perfect at all. But one thing that I learned, everybody don't operate the same way. Some people really be stealing. Some people really be scheming. Some people really be snaking. Some people really be scamming. So I might look at another person's situation and be like, go, bro, up. Go, sis getting bread, shawty getting money, woo, woo, woo. But they been scamming. They been finessing. They been doing little funny stuff to get their money. So if I myself, according to my faith, according to my belief, if I'm choosing not to operate a certain way, yeah, it might take me longer. If I'm choosing not to manipulate, to manipulate, man, you can go on YouTube. They got channels called Dark Manipulation, Dark Psychology, the 48 Laws of Power. I heard, you know what I'm saying? People say that book is tough, but that book for people that really be trying to get over on people and do the most. So if you're a person who looking to live by morals and live by a certain code, you know what I'm saying? Your lifestyle and your outcome may truly be different. Because you're not trying to get it the same way that another person is trying to get it. Man, look at that. Michael Jones, the consequences of sin outweigh the pleasures. Whoop. It was Joseph. Who else was it? Was it Joseph? Abraham. Abraham would choose to follow God's way and not enjoy the sin for that season, you know. So when I look at the reality of running my race. Running my race. Like, that's why I believe it was Moses. Appreciate you, Michael. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, food edits, whatever, go somewhere else with all that, man. You spamming, man. Come on, man. Sit down somewhere. One of the biggest things that I've learned is run your race. Run your race. When you focus on running your race, it's different. Raj Thakur, you can go on somewhere too, man. Don't get on here spamming, man. Other people trying to talk and communicate. We don't know nothing about no Prophet Muhammad and all that mess, man. So anyway, I ain't want to hold y'all too long. I pray that something I said was impactful. But basically, when it come down to being a prisoner in your mind, that's one of the biggest reasons in the scriptures say, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, the renovation, the reconstruction. Why? You can't choose who you born to. You can't choose who your family is. You might have came up in poverty. You might have came up, you know, in all types of stuff. Drug addict family, pimping family, gangster family, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But it come a time where you'll have what I call a conscious interrupt, and you say, I don't want to live that way no more. I don't want to think that way no more. I don't want to live that way no more. I don't want to think that way no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live that way. I don't want to think that way. I don't want to operate like that no more. Hold on, y'all. Already. So, I want to leave y'all with this. Challenge your beliefs. I want to encourage you to challenge your beliefs. Challenge the things that you believe. We just had an election. I'm not getting into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting into all that. But I'm going to say this. We just had an election. And this latest election shows you that a lot of people changed their minds about what they once believed. A lot of people changed their mind about what they once believed. They may have believed one way for a time period in their life, saw the results of the decision that they had made according to the party they had selected, or whatever the case may be, and said, I no longer want these results. I no longer want what it is that this party is offering or has brought to this country. So I'm going to try something different. You got two extremes when it comes to beliefs about, I don't even totally know exactly how you would label that. But you got optimism and you got pessimism. I believe the best way is to be right in the middle, with a little more leaning towards optimism. Because my belief is, my personal belief, I'd rather lean towards optimism and be open-minded and maybe get burnt once or twice versus being pessimistic and closed-minded and always miss out on opportunities, always miss out on new relationships, always miss out on new networking because I'm so closed-minded by being pessimistic. That's my personal belief that I've lived. Yeah, I might have got burnt every now and then. I might have went through a situation because I might have trusted somebody or whatever. But I've learned by me being more open-minded and optimistic, I done got more networking opportunities. I done met more people that's been beneficial. I done made money. I've partnered with people that have been beneficial. That's what I've learned by being more optimistic. But being closed-minded and being pessimistic, oh, this is a scam. Don't believe this. I don't believe that. I don't know about this. No, I don't trust nobody. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, man. So anyway, don't be a prisoner in your own mind. Don't be a prisoner in your own mind. Challenge your beliefs. See what it is that you believe. Take time to see why you believe that. And then operate accordingly. Be willing to get around new people. Get in Facebook groups. Get in school groups. SKOOL. Find you some discords that you might be a partner with. Find you Meetup. I was amazed some people didn't know about Meetup.com. But that goes to show everybody don't know everything. In certain groups and circles, talk about different things than others. Meetup.com. MEETUP.com. You can find groups. If you're into entrepreneurship, you're into computer programming, you're into running, you're into hiking, whatever, you can find like-minded individuals that you can go and connect with and grow as a person in that particular field. Back in the day, yeah, I was on the block. I stood on the block. Surrounded by the drugs, surrounded by the prostitutes, the hoes, you know what I'm saying? Violence, gunshots, jump out boys, all that type of stuff. That was what I was around. That was what my mind was inundated with. That's what I was thinking about. Well, I'm going to get some weed from today. You know what I'm saying? Going to the corner store, getting me a 22-ounce ice house. Going to the corner store, getting me a Swisher. Or back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Getting me a Dutch. What y'all know about that, man? I'm almost 40. I need to transition. I appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate you coming on here being vulnerable, man. God bless you. Go back. What y'all know about that, man? Back in the day, going to get them Dutches, man. Let me get a Dutch, man. You know what I'm saying? Or them Garcia Vegas in the brown tube. You know what I'm saying? Taking it back. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, man. Let me get a Dutch, man. Let me get a vanilla Dutch. You feel me? Chop it up. Break down some lob. Smoking that lobster. You feel me? That mid. You know what I'm saying? Taking out the seeds. Go get me an ice house or a 211. You know what I'm saying? Going to hit the liquor house. Yeah. Going to hit the liquor house. You know. That's what I was into. That was where my mind was at when I'm young and chilling with my folks. But then as I started to grow, I got introduced to network marketing. And I'm like, what's this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was about personal development. And it was about growth. And it was about change. And it was about earning money. Not in a 9 to 5. The only things I knew about is 9 to 5. Working in a warehouse. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Of course, trapping. We ain't call it trapping back in the day. Hustling. Up top, they call it bubbling. You know what I'm saying? Grinding. Back home, Richard would say grinding. You know. Of course, you got jacking, robbing and girls tricking and stripping and all. But, like, general ways of getting money, working a 9 to 5 and doing illegal. So, I'm going to just say illegal. Because the illegal umbrella, of course, would be hustling, robbing, boosting clothes, boosting, you know what I'm saying, finessing. Back in the G, it wasn't a lot of, because I'm older than I look, so it wasn't a lot of scam. Like, I ain't really know no scammers and all that type. I knew people would work, you know what I'm saying? They got the green, they got the hard, they got the snow, they got the pills, they got the, you know what I'm saying? Like, them was the people I knew. I didn't really know nothing about no scamming and all that type of stuff. Like, so that was kind of new to me. That's more like this this late 2020s and mid 20. I ain't know nothing about no scamming and all that type of stuff like that. But I got into network marketing and I'm like, oh, you can actually make money not having a job, but like doing something like this. And then I began to grow my mindset, get around different people and all that type of stuff. I'm like, oh, this cool. Like, this cool. Nowadays, I'm literally sitting downtown in front of my phone on a tripod and I get to reach out to people across the world, impact people, and if I'm consistent enough in bringing value, I can get paid for it. I can get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's about growing out of your old mindset, being willing to be uncomfortable. A lot of people ain't willing to be uncomfortable. I got uncomfortable at a young age when I went to the military straight out of high school. Soon as I graduated, 2 weeks later, I'm in basic training. I'm like, man, I ain't get to have no summertime smoking weed, hitting the club, knocking down the broads, and hanging downtown Broad Street in Richmond, Virginia. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't do none of that for my 18th. Cause soon as I graduated high school, 2 weeks later, I'm gone. Like I'm in basic training. And then straight after that, I'm in AIT. Now, you know, we was wilding in the military too. But overall, there was still a structured, you know what I'm saying? But I had to grow as a person. My beliefs have been challenged. One of the beliefs, ain't no money out here for no felon. That's what I grew up hearing. Oh, he got a felon. He can't get no good job. Oh, she got a felony. Your life is over. That's what I grew up believing. That's what I grew up hearing. That's the time frame I'm from. That's the time and the era I'm from. If you got a felony, your life is over, largely. Because you ain't going to get no good job. You ain't get no good paying job. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can really take care of your family. Like, that's what I grew up believing. So even though I began to see different things, there was this subconscious belief. So you gotta have continuous experiences that challenge your belief system until it's reprogrammed. Now we in a day and age, people come home from doing 10, 15, 20 years in prison. They get in these box trucks, they get their credit fixed, because a lot of cats in prison, you know, sometimes if they was really like on the block, that's all they really did, they might have had no credit. So they didn't even really have bad credit because they was used to trapping, getting bread, putting stuff in the girl name, the baby mama name, the mama name, all that, because they're getting all this money, they're touching all this money, so they put stuff in everybody else's name, because where all this money coming from? So now we live in a day and age where cats will come home from prison 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, and because they be having phones on the inside, and we in a different age and a different time, and people, especially black people, I'm gonna keep it a buck, people, we're privy to more information than we ever knew before. Like, cats running it up. They like, what? They get out, somebody, they either got their own money or somebody loan them some money. They got them a little bit of money. They go get the LLC. They set it up properly. They get them some business credit. You know, they build their personal credit. They build their personal credit, or their credit won't that bad at all. They build their personal credit. They start them an LLC. They get themselves a virtual address. They get themselves a 1-800 or 188 or 1866 phone number, and they get them a domain name, and they start themselves a business. All right, they get themselves a box truck or a cargo van or a sprinter van, and they get out here and they get these contracts, and they start building businesses, and they get 18-wheel tractors, and they start running loads, and they getting money, and they stacking their money, and boom, I done met several cats that done did it. I see them on IG killing the game, Facebook killing the game, YouTube killing the game. And I'm like, oh man, so we in such a beautiful time. I talked to one of my partners came home, like, one of my partners had came home, and I'm like, bro, like, look, bro. Why don't you get out there, man, get you a CDL, man, get on the road, make some money. You know what I'm saying? Get you a CDL, get out on the road, stack your bread, get you a truck, and start moving that way. Because he was used to, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing, and, you know what I'm saying, woo, and, like, really doing this thing. He was like, bro, like, I'm really thinking about doing it, man. I'm like, bro, think about it, bro, do it, man. You done already, you know, been on the block. You done already had stuff sold up. You done already did that, man. You done did some time. You done came home. It's a different time, bro. Like, go on, do that, John, man. He was like, bro, you know, I've really been thinking, but I was just talking to somebody about that. I'm like, bro, do that, John, man. So I'm truly praying to God that he'll go ahead and pull that trigger, get his CDL, get his license situated, because, you get caught up with all these charges and you get towed off and all that, it mess up your license a lot of times. I ain't gonna even get into the system. I might talk about it one day. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the reality of the systematics that they got running. You got a charge. We're gonna take your license. Why? Because they know because the average adult got to move around. So you get caught driving on a suspended license, boom, you hit. You get driving on a suspended license again, you hit. And back where I'm from in Virginia, you can actually go to jail for driving on a suspended license. You got like about 3 or 4, 5, you can actually go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I forgot about how many, but after several driving on suspended license, they'll actually lock you up. Give you a little bit of time, some months or something like that. But my prayer is that he will truly go ahead and lean into it, get himself a CDL, get on the road, make him some money, take care of his family, do it legit, blow up, do his thing legal. Excuse me, keep on moving forward. It's your folk Marquise, man. I'm going to go and get out here. I pray that something I said was valuable to you. My prayers for you and your family. To just walk in purpose, man. Live God's purpose for your life, man. That's what I've truly found is the most important thing. Living out God's purpose for your life. Real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't be a prisoner in your own mind. Be willing to get uncomfortable. Get around people that's different than you. Learn some new information. Implement some new information. You know what I'm saying? Be willing for your beliefs to be challenged. Let your beliefs be challenged. That way you can learn something different. You can grow. And you can live a different life than you may have been living. It's your folk Marquise. As I said, the t-shirt, Think Different, Live Different, is available in the description below. So are the books, Plan Maturity for Teens, the book adults wish they had when they were your age, as well as Overstanding a Comprehensive Look at Gangster Rap, and my t-shirt, LordSaveMyCity.com. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much, real talk, for sitting here investing your life, your precious life with me. I don't take it lightly at all. I done been behind them. I done been in jail cells. You know what I'm saying? I done been in Iraq. I done faced death many different times. And one thing I know for sure, our lives, our moments, they're finite. We don't live forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go into that right now. Our lives are finite on earth. So for y'all to sit here and invest some of your time with me, I really appreciate that. You paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So for you to sit here and invest your time with me, you could be doing anything else. I really, really, truly appreciate you taking the time to spend with me. It's your folk Marquise, man. You already know what time it is. You think different, you can live different. Any questions, y'all blessed. Catch y'all on the next one.